Hey, how are we doing, guys? Great here, and today we're back for week 5 of the P4G. We're going up against the More Esports squad, coached by the General and owned by Pokemon. They're having a really solid start to the season and make amazing content, different to everything else that's really happening in the Draft League scene right now. Make sure to go and show them some love. Down in the description below, you'll find all the other coaches for this season as well. They're having a really solid start, like I said. We're having an absolute shitter. 1-3 off the bat is not exactly ideal, but there is still a playoff hope. We just have to try and win out as many of these games as we can. And I think this week we've got a really solid squad to be able to do so. We'll go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so here we are for the battle against GeneralTarheel and the Playmore squad. What do we see? This is actually roughly what I was expecting. There is a Frostlass, there is no Porygon 2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Like, Porygon 2 was kind of one of those mons that potentially could have come to this game. I'm very glad that I brought Defog, because almost definitely like that Frostlass is going to be a problem. So yeah, I'd said to myself, if I see Frostlass, I was always going to lead off with my Skuntank, but I actually think I could also lead off with Raikou here. I could lead Raikou and just Volt Switch on anything, almost. Both are baddie into Crook, so I would have to go into Hoodlum on that one. Yeah, other than that, I think... Is it better to lead off with Skuntank or Raikou here? Raikou actually looks like an even better win con, potentially, if we can get rid of Crook. So, yeah, Raikou beats like 4 of these mons. Potentially, depending on their sets and how the situation pans out, but potentially not Trick Room. In fact, I'd almost say definitely not Trick Room. Probably going to be a Webs team with Scarf Crook, if I had to guess. I'm going to lead off with Skuntank, because if I saw the Frostlass, I was always going to lead off with Skuntank. That's what I had in mind, at least, because we can knock it off turn 1. Nothing wants to lose its item on this team particularly. And we can then taunt it the next turn. We will have to take a triple axle, which would kind of suck, but... Okay, good luck, have fun to Ben. What's he going to lead off with? Mr. Zero, that's going to be the Crook. Okay, so that's not ideal. Are you Intimidate, though? Let's have a look. No Intimidate would be better. Okay, so no Intimidate. I will just go into my Scrafty. It's a very obvious switch, but I do not want to take an Earthquake on this. And we can... actually just SD if we wanted to. Kind of wishing that I led off with Raikou would have been better, but you know, it is what it is. I could have gone into my Hawlucha there, but I think this is just a better play early on. We're going to see just Stealth Rock. Cool. Do I want to make an early read here? So he is intimidated. I don't think I missed. I'm just going to check. I don't think I missed the Intimidate not going off. Yeah, okay, so he's not Clear Amulet. He has a couple of things that can switch in. It's either going to be Hatterene or it's going to be Altaria. So do I want to make this double into my Duraludon? I definitely could. Either way, I don't think that he's going to want to stay in. And you're good against both of his likely switch-ins. So yeah, I'm going to make this double. He is going to withdraw. Okay. So, he does get his Stealth Rock up. It's not the worst thing in the world. Nami comes in. Yep, that's exactly what we were looking for. Okay. Amazing. So, this thing could be problematic, potentially. But getting Duraludon in is always going to be nice. Taking that Rock Chip is not super significant. There is not a lot on his team that wants to switch in on this. I'm going to assume that the Tentacruel is his most likely switch. Tentacruel shouldn't be able to do too much to me, and if he does set up hazards, we have the Defog, we have the ability to get rid of T-Spikes if he wants to set that up. I think I just want to go for a Thunder and see how he wants to react. He's going to draw. Is it the Tentacruel? I guess it could actually be the Crook. No, Boshi, that is Tentacruel. Nice. Okay. Can we land a Thunder? We can land the raw Thunder. You'll love to see that. It's just max HP. No. That's kind of tough. No Para. I could just go for a Body Press. I don't know what this wants to do to me, honestly. I guess it could be SD. But Body Press into Thunder should do enough. He could knock off here. He could knock off. That wouldn't be great. I think I just always go into you. Yeah, I'm just going to go into my Skuntank on this. I've made the read so far, and he has stayed in, because there's no way that he is slower than me unless he's minus speed, which would be a bit weird, but I've seen weirder. And you are going to Miracle. Amazing. That honestly could be the best turn that we could have asked for there. So now we get a free knockoff. We do get a free knockoff. There is literally nothing on this team that wants to lose this item. This would probably be the one thing that would. So I am just going to knock. He's going to withdraw. And I think, yeah, Nami was a switch in last time, so this is actually fine. We'll be able to see how fast he is. I expect to be Rocky Helmet, and knocking off a Rocky Helmet, yeah, it would be really nice. And I just want to taunt in case he wants to try and recover. Keep this thing as low as possible. He may double. That's also entirely possible. There's no superior, just seen. Kind of makes sense. My team is pretty good against that. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to roost just to scout. He could EQ. That's certainly something he can do. He could also Terror. He could like waste his Terror here. If he's a Steel Terror, then he could use it here and pivot out. If he is Fairy, then I think taunting is honestly the best play we could possibly go for. He switches back out into Tentacruel, we're fine. He does just EQs, but he is quicker. That's good to know. But not very offensive. So he could EQ again. I'm actually going to protect the turn, just get an extra bit of lefties or Black Sludge. If he switches out, I can protect again if I want to and get an extra turn again of Black Sludge. He CB EQs again because he might like Brave Bird. Okay, he didn't Brave Bird. I thought he might Brave Bird trying to get the switch there, but not the case. But that's fine. That's fine. I can honestly just Gunk again. It would leave me a little bit weakened. I could go for the Gunk. Is there any other play that I want to make here? I guess I could also go into Duraludon. Like, Duraludon is pretty free. Even if he EQs, it won't do much damage. We know he's actually pretty quick, so he's not going to be max defense. So from this range, he shouldn't be able to take a hit. Not well, at least. He's just going to EQ again. This shouldn't do much. Yeah. And do I want to just Iron Defense? Is there any downside to Iron Defense? Am I quicker on this than I was on my Skuntank? I'm one quicker. I'm exactly one quicker. I don't think you want to take this hit. I can just Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon seems pretty damn free. Yeah, I'm going to Flash. If Crook comes in, we live a hit from Crook from here. He's just going to EQ again. Okay. I mean, I'll take this damage. I will always take this damage. And he can roost here. If he wants to roost, there's a chance that I could go into Armarouge here, right? I can go Armarouge on the roost. He also would lose his flying typing. If I think he's going to roost, I could just go into you and taunt again. Or is the better play just to keep trying for... You know what, I'm going to Flash Cannon again. He's going to Terra. Okay, so we're going to force out the Terra. It's probably Terra Steel. Which, in this situation, is actually best for me. I could have actually body pressed. Okay, it's Terra Fairy. Huh. He is going to Roost, but this Flash Cannon is now going to do more. Like, significantly more. I think he was probably expecting something else there. If Flash Cannon will do a lot to everything on his team, I'm just going to Flash Cannon again. I don't see a downside to it. If he goes into Tentacruel, Mr. Zero, okay. Do we die to an Earthquake from this range? Let's have a look. What would he have to be? Earthquake wouldn't knock me out. If he is Adamant, I'm at 187. So I'm at 55%. Adamant would not knock me out. It would have to be boosting item. We know he's not choice banned. Does Body Press knock this out from here? It looks like it's got some bulk on it, so maybe not. But getting rid of Crook would be huge. And he's seen that I go into Scrafty. Would he be Roxanne banded? Is there a downside to going into Scrafty here? Realistically, I don't think there is. He is going to double. Okay. In comes Boa. That's going to be Hattery. Makes a lot of sense. I really wanted to stay in there. I really did. I was a coward, though. I was absolutely a coward. The upside to this is I can just go into Skuntank. I'm going to reveal lefties. That is what it is. I can just go Skuntank on this. Or I can go into... Oh man, I could go into either. I think Skuntank's the better play. Even though he's probably going for like a Dazzling Gleam or Draining Kiss. He could also Calm Mind, and I would immediately need to threaten this out if he does that. Gleam. Okay. Is it Specs? It might be Specs. Okay. Not great to lose that, but also I don't think the worst thing in the world either. I can just go into Armor Rouge. Show that with Boots, and I will just Calm Mind. If he nuzzles, not ideal if he nuzzles. It would proc our proc our Weak Arbor, but then we'd also be paralyzed. So it'd be a weird situation to be in. I am just going to Calm Mind though. Are you nuzzle? Shadow Ball. Okay. And that does a very good amount. And I am just going to Armor Cannon. Because again, getting rid of Hatterene helps with the endgame for potential Raikou. And if he decides to go into Crook, trying to be aggressive, it will catch this. We will die to a Shadow Ball. Just a quick FYI, we will die to Shadow Ball. I think that looks like it will put me in range after the Armor Cannon. He is going to stay in. Okay, so I think Shadow Ball probably does just knock me out from here. But do we knock it out? No, no, we don't. Is it AV? Just Shadow Balls again. Do we live? I don't think we do. No, we don't. That's tough. Right, so I'm kind of thrown away 2 mons. That was bad. That was really bad. I don't know what I was thinking there. I kind of went into a bit of trance, I think. It's okay though, right? What have we got damage on? We don't switch him well to Frostlass at this point. I will just Flash Cannon. It should always do enough here. Man, one play really fucked me over there. One play definitely really fucked me over. Does a flash cannon into a thunder do enough? It looks like it should. Yeah, it should do enough. He just knocks off. Okay. It means that Crook definitely gets to come in and revenge. Man, we've landed 2 raw thunders. I should definitely go and buy a scratch card after this. Fucking hell. Duraludon is the GOAT though. It does suck that we had to lose our Eviolite. But it is what it is. That's the classic response. It is what it is. And we see how he wants to react. Realistically, he isn't Scarf on Crook, right? So we're in a position where if we can, Perona comes out. I think I just want damage on this, even if it's a case of it's going to be able to set up a spike or whatever. I will just flash cannon. He could be special. He goes triple axle. Does that do enough? Hit one time? That's definitely not going to do enough. I'm sorry about that one. That's rough. And we're just going to kill Frostlass. Okay, well, I mean, that was a riskier play. Maybe a play that he didn't have to make, so now we're kind of even on the we made plays we didn't really have to make kind of vibe. So, this is a throwing contest at this point. In comes the Crook. Do I just want to go hard into Lucha? I definitely could. A lot of things are in range of Scrafty now. Do I need to keep my Duraludon around? I don't think Duraludon does a lot for me, but I also don't want to proc. I don't want to proc anything. I don't think you go for a knockoff, like any reason for you to go knockoff here. So I'll go Hawlucha. I'll go Hawlucha and I'm going to click SD. We are going to take the rock damage, which is a little unfortunate. We'll see what he wants to go for. EQ, nice. Cool. No doubt. Yeah, so I'm just going to click SD here, I think. He doesn't want to knock me at all. A knock would just lose him the game, I'm pretty sure. Everything's in range of Brave Bird. CC or Brave Bird. Like, everything is. He is going to withdraw. In comes Nami, so yeah, this is going to die. This dies to Brave Bird. And I think if Galvantula comes in here, I don't have any reason to not just go into Duraludon, right? Saturn, that's going to be... yeah, Galvantula. So I'm literally just going to sack, go Raikou, and click Carmine. And keep my Hawlucha around because we know it's good for the rest of the game. Worst case scenario, Volts, I guess. Endures. Okay, so he is... what, Endure Salic? Do I just Flash Cannon? I just Body Press. So yeah, he was Endure... oh, Endure Custap even. Thunders, that's it. It's bound to happen, right? But now, that was part of the plan anyway. That was kind of how we wanted this to go. Raikou comes in. And Raikou gets to click Carmine. We should be quicker. I say should because there's no guarantee. It depends on what his creep is. He could go into Hat. He could go into Hatterene, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. Bug Buzz does very, very little. And I don't think I need much, if any, damage on other things on his team. I could just Calm Mind again. That seems a little greedy, so I'm just going to Scold. He could also go Crook here, trying to preserve this. We outspeed with Raikou, so we outspeed with Hawlucha as well. That's good to know. That's very good to know, just depending on how the second game is going to play out. If he goes into Crook on this turn, it's a guarantee that we win. Scrafty should also be able to take a hit. That's going to do a good amount. Burn didn't matter anyway. He doesn't get the crit. Does get the Spadef drop. I just want to make sure against Hatterene. I believe it was AV. If I had to guess, it was AV. So I will Scold. Scold again. No reason to not. If he is Scarf Crook, he would have to lock himself into Earthquake here, I believe. I don't think there's any other move he could lock himself into. This was also his way of preventing a loss to Hawlucha. So you might want to keep this around. I don't even think that we need to have the SD. We might have to still have the SD. We might still need the SD on Hawlucha to be able to kill Hatterene from the range it's at, but it won't outspeed anything unless it's like super fast, which I very much doubt it is. Okay, so the Galvantula goes down. I think his hope now is that, well, unless he is Scarf Crook. If he's Scarf Crook, then he goes Crook here. I think he has to try and bluff it regardless. Do I think he's going to be Pasho, or do I think he's going to be Chopple? Probably Chopple. I've got two. I mean, this is fine regardless, isn't it? Because I go into Hawlucha after. I'm just going to click Scold again. We know he's not AV. But is he Scarf? Survey says. If he's Scarf and locks himself into EQ, like, there's no one move he can lock himself into. Hawlucha just walls this mon. Okay, he is Scarf. So now I go into Hawlucha, I click SD, and that should be the game. I believe that should just be the game. Click SD. Could have preserved differential there, I guess, but I don't think that was worth it. Unless there's something I'm completely forgetting about on this mon here. I mean, he could have, like, something. Something could knock me out from here. The best case scenario would have been that I put myself in range of my own berry. If I was Citrus, I think this would just, yeah, that would have been game there, so probably should have gone Citrus. There's potential for a loss now. And CC will knock this out no matter what. He is Gunk. That will do enough. But it should never knock out Scrafty. It's going to be a 1-0. It's going to be close. This would... does CC do enough? Hang on. Hang on. I might be getting to myself here. Maybe I should have just doubled there. Would that been a better play? I don't think it would Now I'm concerned. Crook. Gunk Shot. After Intimidate. I mean, I should always be able to kill with CC here. He misses Gunk Shot anyway, so that's going to be game. He did get a little bit unlucky. I will accept that he got very unlucky, but we're going to pick up the win. No matter what, we're going to pick up the win. You take the luck when it comes. And we hit both Thunders. And they got the one hit on Triple Axel. So yes, we got very lucky in that game. But still, I think we played to our win con of like Raikou and Horlucha. I think we played that endgame, or played the game plan solidly. Yes, we threw away 2 mons, probably for reasons that we didn't have to, but I want to say that it kind of built up to the end game. I don't know. It did put us in a bit of a treacherous situation, but at the same time, yeah, I think we would be fine in that end. At the end there, Gunk Shot did 19 to 23, according to my calc, from Jolly Choice Scarf, if he was adamant. Still wouldn't have done enough. Hang on, there's +1. Gunk Shot would have done 32 to 38. And not that it would have made any difference because he wasn't Choppel in the end. But anyway, just wanted to kind of go over what my brain was thinking. I was thinking of any kind of lose con. If he was Choppel, I lower my defenses. Do I then die to Gunk Shot if he gets the poison and all that sort of shit? So, yeah, good game to Ben and Playmore. Make sure to go check out their side of this battle if you've, for some reason, come to me first. Very much doubt you have. If you come from Playmore's side, please do think about leaving a like and subscribing. Don't miss out on the rest of the season. And yeah, 2 and 3 is better than 1 and 4 for sure. Basic maths, I passed my first year of school. Anyway, till the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.